everybody, we're going back into the Pak One kitchen again, going from timber to table. This one's a favorite of my family. It's an Italian style beef. We make sandwiches with it, and I make it with a venison sirloin. Stick with me.
So the first thing you want to do is trim off all this silver skin. This is, again, it's a sirloin roast. This is the Doll Strong boning knife. If you need a new boning knife, or you're in the market to get a really quality, good knife that won't break the bank, this is the one you want to get. This is Doll Strong. But again, back to it, we want to trim off all of this silver skin. Get as much off as you can. Don't have to be perfect. It's not critical, but just want to get all of that off of there if you can. Reveal that nice red meat. It's not going to be perfect, but like I said, get as much off as you can, because this ends up getting waxy and does not taste delicious. It's not like beef fat. So do our best to trim all of this stuff off the top. Come along the sides and get what you can. Again, don't gotta be perfect. None of us are. LOL. Alright. Come in here this way. Trim all that off of there. So you get a nice, clean, beautiful roast. Come along this side. Oh yeah, that's like butter. Like butter. A little bit more back there. Perfect. Oop, not perfect. Let's get this. Oh yeah. Trim off some of this. Awesome.
All right, after you get your roast all trimmed up, it's time for seasoning. What I use some venison rub, garlic powder, Italian seasoning, and this is a garlic and herb blend of, I just throw that in the broth, which I'll show you. A jug of beef broth, and we're ready to roll.
All right, we're going to start with our venison rub, which is right here. Be generous. Oops, not that generous, but yeah, generous. You want to sprinkle that all over the outside of it, both sides. So there's that. Take her, flip her over, coat both sides. Oh yeah. That's that. All right. Okay, now it's on to the garlic powder. What good's Italian food without garlic, right? Sprinkle some of that on both sides. Oh yeah. Woo, a little much, but we'll rub that around. Get her all nice and even on there. All right, the next step in the process, we're going to take beef broth, a garlic seasoning, which is optional, you don't have to do that, and then one of the most important is your Italian seasoning. You're going to take all of this, put it in your crock pot, and start it to warm while your smoker or your grill is heating up, and kind of let this all blend together and become deliciousness. This beef broth that I'm using, this is a 32-ounce beef broth, and you can add a little bit of water just once we get our roast in there to cover, and it'll be good to go. Now your Italian seasoning, you just do to taste. Sprinkle in some. I like to cover it about like that. And the same with the garlic. This is garlic herb, black pepper, and sea salt, which should be delicious. So sprinkle some of that in there. Oh yeah. Perfect. Right over to the sink. Fill her back up with water. And just like new. All right, now we're taking our seasoned meat out to the smoker. All right, I got my smoker set at about 225, which is just about perfect. We'll leave that in there for about an hour, hour and a half, and I'll check back in and we'll take a look then.
All right, and as far as smoke goes, I like to run a hickory chips in my smoker, and I don't like mine too smoky. Sometimes I think it's overbearing on the flavor and everything, so I have a tray in mine, and I put just a thin layer, and I'll let it smoke for the last 15 minutes. I like to do the main part of the cook, let it get a nice crust on it, and the roast, get a nice crust on it before I hit it with smoke. That way it doesn't absorb so much smoke that it's overbearing, yet it gives a really good flavor to it. So it's my tip of the day. So what do you do when you're waiting for your food to cook? Shoot arrows and play with the dog. Back up. Back up. Back up. Back up. Back up. Good boy. All right, it's halftime. It's about time for the flip. Oh, yeah. Yep. Get her flipped over. Oh, yeah, that's looking good. Another little while. All right, here we are with the last couple steps of this. I got a slicer, but if you don't have a slicer, you can do this, by hand with a knife. But I'm not that good of a chef, so I like to slice it with a slicer. And here we go. Well, better plug it in. There we go. Oh, yeah. All right, there it all is. It's all sliced up. So what you want to do is put it back in this, I don't know, it's au jus, I suppose, is what you want to call it. But take all that meat and put it in with the seasoned broth that we started earlier. And let that sit for about, I would say, a half hour. And let it just absorb all that goodness. And then toast you up some buns. And you are good to go. Maybe a little provolone cheese. Oh, yeah. That is perfect. You're not going to get a better meal than that. All right, in the final phase, you get a bun about like that. It's a hoagie bun. And then we always toast on cast iron. Slap that in there. All right, there's your finished product. Looks delicious. Can't wait and dig into this thing. Don't forget, like and subscribe, and if you got any other variations on this, feel free to list it below in the comments and all of that. But I can't wait anymore. I got to dig in. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.